What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Soccar Confederation, tripping alongside the Croctopus tonight to bring you not only the Challenger Finals, but also the Elite Finals. We are at the end of the season, Croctopus. We've got two great matchups, some titans going head-to-head, if you will, made of steel or made of pasta to start things off.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to make me a little hungry. I could use some pasta right now, but Steel's looking like a pretty strong team. They're both looking pretty good in my eyes. We've got a little bit of backstory coming into this season. Both teams doing very well throughout the playoff bracket so far. Penne Patrol with a 3-1 in both the wild card and the quarterfinals. Thunderbirds able to take a second game from them in the semifinals, but they made it here to the finals nonetheless. Steel a similar path, 3-1 all the way, except for a sweep in the wild card against Killer Bees. So both teams looking very strong. Predictions pretty one-sided so far for the Penne Patrol. What do you think about that?
Yeah, predictions, make sure you guys get them in the chat. We got a 5-minute timer on that, so throw it on your predictions. It's important to happen. But one-sided predictions when we're talking about the number 1 overall seed in the Penne Control coming into this match, and the number 4 overall seed coming in the Solar Conference in the Steel going head-to-head. I honestly don't know, Croc, how this could possibly be something that could be considered one-sided. Both of these teams incredibly strong. Despite roster changes on the side of the Penne Patrol, they have still made a massive run into the playoffs, and look at these team stats. Talk about the Penne Patrol and their utter domination of the rest of the tier. 48-12, 188 goals for, a mere 96 against.
Those are really impressive stats, and like you said, they've undergone a roster change. One of their highest performing players no longer going to be competing during the playoffs, but also a roster change on the Steel side. Ben coming in late in the playoffs has played every single game and has really helped carry the Steel team to these wins and losses that they have, both with really impressive records, but 10 extra wins going to the side of the Penne Patrol. Now you can see those player stats on the screen. Ben not having himself a long season, but having himself a good season, well over a goal per game average, and really helping this team out during the playoffs.
And that really speaks to the depth that we have here in the Soccar Confederation. I mean, we're talking any player of any skill at any time can step into the role the way that Ben has, really to help out that Steel squad, or, that Nyrox and Reedy Orange have kind of had to step up into their team as well, to make that difference that they weren't expected to make. There's 4 people on a roster on these teams for a reason, and it's clear they have to be there in order to make this happen, because if they're not, we get into some very hairy situations. What I'm interested in the most, I think, from these two teams, despite some small sample sizes between Ben and Reedy Orange, look at that shooting percentage. Absolutely off the charts for Reedy Orange, and a very solid shooting percentage in Ben as well.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me about Reedy's shooting percentage is that he still only got 5 goals through the 14 games, which means he's not really putting the ball on target a lot. But man, once it's on target, that thing is a homing missile for the back of the net. So if Reedy Orange is on the field, you definitely don't want to give him open space in front of the net. Looks like he's going to put it in more times than not. But there is only one player on the entire stat sheet right now, and that's Mango coming in at under a 30%. All of these players, very dangerous strikers. All of these players with a pretty solid save numbers per games played as well, right around the 1 game. But we're going to get out of the stats and onto the pitch and right into game 1 of this finals matchup.
Croc, it is a best of 7. If you had to make a quick prediction between Steel and Penne Patrol going into this game, alongside with the chat, where are you heading, bud?
4-2, Penne Patrol.
Oh, 4-2 Penne Patrol. You know what? I want to disagree with you to make the desk a little bit more interesting. Maybe we will see that separation when we get to the Elite tier a little bit later on tonight. But I'm going to have to agree with you. I see 4-2 in favor of the Penne Patrol, who you see here on stream in orange. Kind of the way that we want to go. 20 seconds down in this matchup. It's Ben clearing it to Mango, and no goals off the opening kickoff.
No goals off the opening kickoff, but one comes in soon after, just 27 seconds in, and the blue team, which is going to be Steel for tonight, is up early in this playoff matchup.
Yeah, defense just not there in front of the net to get that challenge that they really needed. Just gave Mango way too much space, a completely open net, and nobody in front to stop the ball. An early advantage for Steel. I think it's going to be difficult for them to hold on to it. Nyrox is going to just throw themselves into the post. A big defensive mistake, and Mikey's going to come in and collect a second goal for the Meadow franchise.
Nyrox, unfortunately, a little bit of a limp noodle there on the goal line for this one. Lets that one go by 2-0 for the Steel. 4:27 left to play in game number 1.
Ensuing kickoff as 2 goals have been scored in a whopping 30 seconds. Not something you often see in a matchup of Rocket League, but with 2 prolific scoring machines going head-to-head, defense is going to be hard to come by in front of the net yet again. This time, Croptopolis, another member of the RSC Media Committee, making a solid save and getting that ball out just long enough to survive the onslaught that has come. Croc, we are through the first minute of gameplay, a 2-0 lead for the Steel, trying to get one of those 2 wins both of us predicted.
Yeah, through the first minute of gameplay, and it was exciting there for a second. Penne Patrol broke into the attacking zone for just a couple of seconds, but the counterattack from Steel proves too much to handle. Mango puts a long-range shot into the top right. Croptopolis caught creeping out of the back post, and that's going to be 3-0 for the Steel.
This is wild to me, honestly. I don't think, like we said, yeah, we did definitely expect a couple of solid games here from the Steel and get a couple of wins on the board as well. Yes, sure, there was a roster change on Penne Patrol, but we took a look at the bracket. We saw what run they were able to have through the playoffs, regardless of missing a player. They don't look like that team right now. I mean, going down 3 goals in 90 seconds, it was open right there again, and Nyrox was able to get the clear. That's not a very good omen in game number 1.
Yeah, and Nyrox able to finally put one in. Really good aerial there, sneaks it in between the defender and the crossbar. Mikey not able to quite get up to that ball in time. But, they've just really looked a little off. Almost like they came in without a scrim before this game. A couple of odd recovery mistakes, really just weird mistakes. It doesn't look like they're fully firing on all cylinders. But as the minutes wear on, I do think that the Penne Patrol is going to wake up a little bit. This could be one of the 2 games we were predicting they'd drop.
A little bit of pasta without the sauce, if you will, up to this point. A couple of big miscues defensively, almost as if they had gotten their pasta rinsed in the sink before the sauce was applied. You never want to do that. You hate to see it. Down by 2 goals are the Penne Patrol to the Steel with 3 minutes left to play here in game number 1. Again, best of 7. Grand final matchup here in the Challenger tier of RSC. A shot on target from Croptopolis is turned away by Mango.
Yeah, and it does look like the Penne Patrol are starting to get some pressure here, keeping that ball on the opposite side of the field, and it's going to build that confidence up slowly but surely. You see him doing a good job. The third man's not coming in too hard here, and Nyrox, just the relenting pressure from Penne Patrol here in the last 30 seconds, finally opens up the net. A double commit from Mikey and Mango, and Reedy being a little bit of a bully on the back line there. Nyrox able to put that ball on the right side of the net. 3-2, lead cut to 1.
We're going to keep this analogy going just as long as humanly possible. I said first, coming out of the gates that the Penne Patrol looked like they had rinsed the pasta in the sink. Now they're looking like they actually saved a little bit of that starchy pasta water. They're adding it into the sauce. They're cooking that pasta with that water. They're making silky smooth goals. They find a second right there. This one is going to go a little bit wide of the target. Croptopolis looking to take over with 0 boost, trying to beat the defense here in the Steel. There's some bully ball with a shot from Mango, gonna go wide. 2 minutes left to play, Croptopolis, in this game, and suddenly we are finding ourselves at a 1-goal differential.
Yeah, it didn't look like much of a game in the first 90 seconds, but the second 90 seconds have come and gone now, and it's much closer of a game. 3-2, 140 left to play, and Nyrox, get your hats on the field, everybody. That's a hat trick for the lead scorer of the Penne Patrol right now. Ties the game up with 1:42 remaining.
Oh, this is a great shot as well, sneaking that one through the inside post. Sneaking it in just barely to get that one on target, and the comeback is on here. for the Penne Patrol. They go down 3-0 within the first 90 seconds of the game. They answer back with 3 goals in the ensuing 2 minutes. And now both teams are tied up at 3 apiece. Mango being turned away at the goal line yet again. And a big clear here from Nyrox, looking for their 4th goal in the series, but it's turned away by Mikey, who will chase it down the right-hand side, trying to beat Reedy Orange. Gets the dunk on them. Kroptopoulos is right there to get the big boom and clear, looking for Reedy. Not quite gonna find them. Some offensive pressure now coming in from the Penne Patrol. They drop it down, and Mango with a booming clear.
1 minute left to play, tied up, and I think Penne Patrol is looking like the stronger team headed into the final 60 here. Nyrox is going to try and take it down the field, already has 3, maybe looking for a 4th. Kroptopoulos really doing a much better job on defense. I thought he was very weak on defense in the first half of the game, really has stepped it up, made himself a rock back there, and dissolved a lot of pressure, and now they're on the attack again. Kroptopoulos can't find a teammate in the center. Mikey able to send it away. Now Mango taking it down on the counterattack. 30 seconds remaining. Will we have a winner in regulation, or are we going to see overtime?
Oh, we're going to look for a Nyrox double tap. That's not quite going to go. Mikey will boom it the other way, finding Reedy Orange right in front of the net. Ben on the shot. The save again from Reedy, but Mango is right there. He has the read off the sidewall. Reedy will take that one away. The 50 by Mikey at midfield, chasing it down. 10 seconds and counting here in game number 1 as Mango goes off the back wall. Nyrox with the stop. Ben pops it up into the air. A 0-second opportunity will be squandered. And overtime in game number 1.
On the kickoff now, looked pretty dangerous. Not sure if that was a calculated fake or not, but Steele almost getting an early opportunity. Mikey, last one back, able to clear it to the outside off the shot from Kroptopoulos. Ben now the super sub for the playoffs, able to bring it into the orange side of the field. Nyrox there to clear it away. Beats Mango on that one as well. Mikey comes in to keep the pressure. Looking for Mikey in the center, and it's up, it is down, it is not on target. Kroptopoulos taking it down for the counterattack, and 30 seconds into overtime, we've already seen a couple of good chances.
That is just absolute disaster, as the opportunity was as clear as it could possibly be. The lenses were checked and focused. Unfortunately, the goal was not there. Mango finding their own net, and the gift to Nyrox. And I hate to say it, especially this early, Kroptopoulos, but that is an absolute throw by the Steel. You hate to see it. Up by 3, you lose in overtime to an own goal.
Yeah, he just gets lost in the sauce there a little bit. Jumps up before he really knows what he wants to do with the ball. Boosts a little bit back toward his own net. Gives himself that air momentum. And that's going to be a 4th goal credited to Nyrox on the car of Mango. Mango, however, still absolutely, in my opinion, best player on the field for the Steel, even though the overtime own goal.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. Both teams honestly put together pretty well-rounded things, but the Penne Patrol ultimately, I think, as we were coming into this broadcast, we said, hey, Penne Patrol's missing their top player, but they've still made a solid run, and we were kind of wondering, how did they do that? How did this team really get to that point? Well, it's because they have a player like Nyrox who can step up into that leader role on the pitch and put up the numbers that they need to make those games count at the right moment. It can be very, very difficult, as a team to lose your top player, but in losing their top player, they just gave a different player an opportunity to step up into that role, and Kroptopoulos, I think Nyrox played it well.
I think he did play it really well, but I think you have to credit the entire Penne Patrol team there. The amount of composure that it has to take for you to take a 3-goal deficit that early in the game and come back and win 4-3 in overtime, that is mental fortitude at its finest. And we all know the Chally rank of Rocket League, not necessarily known for its mental fortitude, but they've carried that mental fortitude and momentum here into game number 2 with an early goal. Pass off the back wall, beats all 3 by himself. Ben trying to get there in time, won't find it. 1-0, Penne Patrol, 4:51 remains in game 2.
At this point, I think the game plan, if you're the Steel at this point, has to be, how do we stop Nyrox? It is no longer how do we stop the Penne Patrol, and Mikey G Fuelcom is going to come in and at least throw one down on the assist from Ben. A little bit of an overcommit there by the Penne Patrol, something we haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of, just flat out beat on that kickoff play and tied it up right there. 15 seconds down.
Well, if you're the Steel, I think that's the gameplay you have to take advantage of there. You're going to have a really confident Penne Patrol team after that comeback and after the early goal. That third man's going to start to creep closer and closer. They're playing fast. They want to keep playing fast. Once you see that third man overcommit, you got to bang the ball over the top of him, chase it down, take advantage of the awkward defense, and try and get yourself a couple goals here in game 2.
Croptopolis, who tries to get some offense going. Nyrox actually getting faked out by pretty much both teams. Goes for a bump on absolutely nobody. Takes themselves out of the play a little bit. Going to give Ben a chance to chase it down. Greedy Orange going to cut it off at midfield, off the backboard, dropping down in front of Mikey. They're going to lose control. Nyrox goes for the dunk. Is going to get the win. Mikey on target again. Sneaks that one under the crossbar. And 59 seconds down, Croptopolis. We've got 3 goals yet again, but instead of 3-0, this time it's 2-1 in favor of Steel.
Yeah, 2-1 in favor of Steel, and I think maybe Penne Patrol is a little overconfident right now. They're not playing the same game that they played in the last 3:30 of game number 1. Another goal here is going to go to the Steel, and now they do have 3 goals in the first minute and 3 seconds. It's looking like a potential repeat of last game. Penne Patrol already has 1 goal. They only need 2 more to bring it back. They've already shown they have the composure. But can they keep doing this every game? If they keep this up the entire series, it's going to drain them down, and they're not going to be able to keep up with the pressure. They've really got to start coming out with an early lead.
I do have to shout out the Paladin flick. It's not one that you see very often. We see Mango doing their best Chronovi OG impression with that Paladin. And I think, you know, Crockett make a really good point. One of the things we talk about a lot here on the broadcast is things that are sustainable. Whether you have sustainable offense, sustainable defense, sustainable gameplay, whatever. The rule in Rocket League is consistency. If you can't be consistent, you're going to struggle heavily. And we see that from the Steel right now because they exploded in the early part of game number 1. They end up losing that game. They're exploding here in the beginning of game number 2. There's so much time left on the clock, and they already know what Penne Patrol can do with that sort of time. They're really going to have to shape themselves up in order to hang on to this 2-goal lead with 3 minutes to go.
And they're doing okay right now. Nyrox starting to take a little play out of my book, but for the Steel that I was giving them advice on, bangs the ball down, creates a little bit of pressure here. Reedy Orange has to stay in the play, trying to get the ball centered out. 50 is not going to go his way. Mango up, looking to redirect it on net. What a shot from Mango. Puts another one in from the mile-high section of the pitch. Puts it over the head of Nyrox. Can't get there in time. 4-1 for the Steel. What a beauty of a shot.
Getting up and above everybody to throw that one into the net with 2:46 on the clock. And here's the 3-goal lead that we've seen before. Trying to evaporate it is Reedy Orange with an initial shot. It does not go. It is saved. Nyrox comes in, cleans up the post with the mop and broom. Gets that one into the net. Kind of surprised Reedy didn't end up getting the double tap dunk, if you will, to go. But the fact of the matter is that the Penne Patrol were able to come in, crash the net, score that second goal, and cut this deficit to 2.
Yeah, he just passed it out center, and then he wanted to bump that far post, make sure it wasn't going to get in the way of the shot. Didn't want to leave it a chance to save the ball. Really good team play from the Penne Patrol here to bring a goal back. 4-2 with 2:20 remaining, and they've got some pressure going in right now as well. Nyrox gets it out. Rough touch from Mikey, and Croptopolis comes in with the afterburners on. Can't quite make the connection, and now it's going to be going back the other way.
Yeah, there was not a single ability to be going faster towards that ball than what we saw right there from Croptopolis. They're not able to connect initially, but it doesn't really matter at the moment as Penne Patrol still has possession, finally losing it here. Mango will throw it off the backboard. Ben cannot make the read, but Mikey can! The bounce shot on target, a 5-2 lead here with 1 minute and 55 seconds left to go. Great assist here from Mango, and Ben just the absolute ace tier fake.
Yeah, Ben's fake had Croptopolis wondering who the heck was going to hit that ball. Not just right then, but probably for the next couple of seconds. He a little bit of an awkward rotation into the far post there. Wasn't very wide. Caught himself in an awkward spot. Unable to make the save. Really good advantage of the mistake from the Steel there. 5-2, 140 remains in game number 2.
That's going to be super important going down the line as well, not only in this particular game, but in all games that we're talking about here towards the end of our RSC season. season number 13. We're in the finals, and there's two things you gotta do. You gotta be consistent. You gotta capitalize on your opponent's mistakes. A capitalization right here from Mango, who throws in their third goal of the game. A hat trick right now for Mango.
Yeah, and it's starting to get a little rough on the side of the Penne Patrol here. They're really starting to break down, not only in the defensive zone, but in the midfield zone. Very tough. Once they give up that pressure, they're holding it okay, but once they give it up, they're just full reverse, all three of them, and giving up all of the space on the counterattack. It's leading to really good opportunities, and with players like Mango, Mike, and Ben on the field, that's going to be punished more often than not, and that's why they've got 6 goals this game. They're doing a very good job of holding that midfield pressure in game number 1, and if they want to bring this game back and not get dominated for the rest of the series, they're going to have to figure out a way to get that midfield pressure back.
Well, they're not going to find it here, as a free ball is going to go to Mango and then to Ben on the side, looking for Mikey at midfield. A great passing play is on target, but Nyrox is going to step in and make the save. Going to clear this one off of the ceiling. Mango will backflip this one into their own corner. A smart play by Mango to hold on to that possession. Something we don't see it a lot, honestly, at this rank. A tight angle here, and Kroptopoulos cannot find the hole. Ben is going to boom it the other way. This will be off target as well. They look for a pinch and can't find it with 15 to go.
And I think this is where you start asking yourself, oh God, Mango just puts in another one. And it is just an onslaught now. 7-2, nearly getting the Brazil scoreline. But this is where you start asking yourself, if you're Penne Patrol, do you make a sub? Or do you stick with this lineup? I'm not really sure what lineup they've been running for the rest of the bracket. But if this has been the lineup, I think you stick with it. If you've been rotating, I think maybe it's time to look at a sub for game number 3.
You know, I kind of find it hard, you know, in a 1-1 series to say now's the time to make the sub. For me personally, as a coach, as a GM, a little bit too soon for me, but I understand the sentiment, right? Obviously, what you did in game number 1 was kind of just getting by the skin of your teeth. This time, Steel had the same game plan. They locked it down this time, however, and got that victory. So really, it's up to Penne Patrol to make some sort of adjustment. Now, one of the adjustments they could make is that substitution. We see Kroptopoulos with a sub 100-point game where they're getting outshot 9-8. Clearly, that's something you want to maybe think about, but also maybe it's just, hey, guys, if they're going to shoot the ball this many times, we need to get that pressure at the midfield. We need to make those challenges. We need to be more consistent with our touches. It could be any of these different things, but it's going to be up to the Penne Patrol to make that adjustment, as Steel, honestly, despite losing game number 1, have had complete control of the series through 2 games.
Yeah, and that's why I think it wasn't too early to make the substitution call right now, is because in that game number 1, sure, Penne Patrol won, and they made it a 1-1 series, but like you said, they barely won. It was a struggle from the get-go. They brought it back late in the game, but they can't do that again for game number 3. They saw how it wore on them in game number 2. They've got to come out strong here, and Kroptopoulos is trying it. Can't get the ball over Mike. We're underway for game number 3.
If you're a fan of the Penne Patrol, you want to see at least an early goal here and some sustained pressure just to get this team back into it. Reedy Orange trying to get things started here with a demo. The shot comes a little bit too late. It's saved by Mango, cleared by Mikey, touched again by Mango, who's looking for the pass, trying to beat Kroptopoulos, who'll be right there to get the 50. It drops down in front of Ben, making the best touch they can into the corner. A great read off the back wall, dropping down in front of Reedy, making the read with 10 boosts, the bump in the net. Here's a pinch off the back wall, high in the sky for Nyrox. They can't make the touch. It's still in front after the touch from Mango, and Ben gets a booming clear.
Really good action here in the first 60 in game number 3. Good play, I think, from both teams. No one seems to be really struggling until that double commit right there. That's really the first big, huge mistake we've seen. Ben, what a beautiful pass back. Both teammates there not really sure who was going to go for it. Able to at least keep pressure. Mango coming in, beat by Reedy. Reedy able to clear that ball past the halfway mark, sent right back in. A little bit of a team bump. It's going to slow down the pressure, but it's not completely gone. Kroptopoulos with an errant pass to the middle. Good save by Reedy, but a double commit could be taken advantage of. Now we're starting to see the Penne Patrol crumble under pressure a little bit. able to get that ball to the opposite wall and reset.
Interesting to see here that through 90 seconds, we have not seen a goal yet. In the last 2 games, we've had at least 3 goals within the first 90 seconds. This time, we find 0 up to this point. Ben trying to get it started here for the steal. The 50 at midfield is going to be dunked here by Mikey, coming off the back wall. Mango just going through, stealing a bunch of booze, leaving Kroptopoulos in a very difficult position. Great 50 from Mango. Great 50 from Mikey. Here comes Ben. The shot on target. The redirect option is denied by Reedy. It goes off backboard, but Nyrox can play it. Back out to midfield, past Kroptopoulos. Here's Mikey. Light touch on target. Reedy knocks it down. No one there to crash the boards. We're still tied at 0.
This has been an absolute fun game to watch. 0-0, but Nyrox changing the scoreline now. I did not think that ball was going in. It just kind of dropped in, a little floater. Mike just comes up a little bit too far on the goal line. Mango trying to recover. Ball gets over both of them under the crossbar. Nyrox with his first one in game number 3, and it's the only one in game number 3. A little under half the game played so far, and now Nyrox back on the ball, trying to set it up for his team again.
You know, it might be a little bit early to say this, but in the event that Penne Patrol win this series, I don't think I could think of a single other person to get MVP honors other than Nyrox. The team has been on their back. They have stepped up, as I mentioned, into a leadership role on the pitch, getting goals every single time they are needed, making those clutch plays. They show another one right there. It's Reedy Orange who's going towards the back wall here for this orange team that is the Penne Patrol. Tied up in a 1-1 series so far. Best of 7 on the line. The finals here in the challenger tier of the Rocket Soccer Confederation are on. By the way, if you are just joining us, you don't know what RSC is. This is a draft league that you can be a part of. ! Discord in the chat if you want to learn more about RSC. We're currently in season number 13, which is just about over. Season number 14 waiting in the wings in just a couple weeks. Make sure you join the Discord. Get yourself involved in the Rocket Soccer Confederation. Maybe you can find yourself here in the finals on stream with myself tripping in the casting booth, with Croctopus in the casting booth, and with Tatina Mark producing your stream. 90 seconds left to go here, Croc.
90 seconds left to go, and I thought they were going to get it tied up there. Reedy very awkward on the save. Ben with the ball that just ended up being on target. A demo here is going to clear out some space in the offensive zone for the Penne Patrol. Kroptopoulos trying to find it out center. Reedy Orange coming to help out. Now Nyrox goes for boost. Could leave some open space for Mikey. Able to get up to that ball soon enough. Now the ball's just kind of hanging out in midfield. No one really has full control of it. Banging it back and forth a little bit. Seeing who wants to take control of the ball. Nyrox does get it by Ben. I thought Ben was going to have a good opportunity there. That ball should bounce out pretty dangerously, but Kroptopoulos able to send it away. And we are now in the last 40. Kroptopoulos breaking away. Can't get around it. Mango able to put it into safety. But they do need to get a goal here to remain viable in game number 3 and to remain viable in the series.
30 seconds to do it. It's Mikey trying to hook up with Mango. The shot was on target, saved by Reedy Orange. Bouncing out of the corner. Here comes Ben, winning a 50. Mikey trying to make the read. Lays it down to a teammate. No one's going to be there, however, to make the play. Mango going to have to retreat all the way to their back wall. With 10 seconds to go, we'll have to go coast to coast. A dunk there by Nyrox. A shot on target. 0-second heroics. All that are left. And the Penne Patrol will let that one drop. They'll take the 2-1 advantage. Now just need 2 more wins to crown themselves the championships here in season 13, challenger tier of the RSC.
Yeah, it was a really good game. I think that Penne Patrol, this was their best game yet in terms of midfield crackdown. They were really getting to the steal as they were trying to create the play instead of trying to save the ball once the steal had created the play. Really just an far and away miles better game from Kroptopoulos. Very solid in the back, in the right positions, had that momentum going. But Reedy also 5 saves on the goal line, another 7 shots coming in from steal. This game has a completely different outcome with him not on the goal line.
Yeah, and honestly, just the weird thing about this is Nyrox was the one who scored the goal, but ended up on the bottom of the leaderboard because of those 5 saves from Reedy Orange. Nyrox put 5 on target in the steal. Were able to stop 4 of them, but one of them ends up sneaking in. And again, as I said a couple of games ago, it really just comes down to how do you stop Nyrox. It's not really about stopping the Penne Patrol. If you're able to take Nyrox out of these plays and off of the pitch, the victory becomes a lot easier for Steel, especially if they're able to get that offense going like we saw in games 1 and 2. They have to find it right here as we move on into game number 4 of this best of 7 series. A 2-1 lead in favor of the Penne Patrol.
Yeah, and I do think that Penne Patrol is going to carry this momentum into game number 4 and probably take it and go up 3-1 in the series here. Not sure what'll be happening after that, but they really should be coming off strong after the performance in game number 3. The only thing that's stopping them is that the Steel, even when they look bad, have looked great. It's really just the game is in Penne Patrol's hands, but they have to decide whether they want to win or whether they want to lose, because the Steel is not going to just sit back and let you get free wins in this series.
Ben's going to throw one on target. Croptopolis will get there in time to make the save. Nyrox will get it down midfield with the 50-50 going up the sidewall. Here comes Mango with the 50. Drops down to Ben. Throws this one off backboard. Nyrox cannot make the read. It's Mikey who's going to show up right in front of the net to read that one off the backboard and throw one in for Steel.
Really good read here from Ben, knowing he's not going to get to that ball, opting to go for the demo instead. Leaves a very easy read for Mikey, and he's got a wide open net to shoot at. Make that play every time. Really good play from the Steel there. 50 seconds into game number 4.
Down here for Mango. A redirect is going to be a little bit high of the target. Re-Orange only finding the crossbar. Croptopolis is going to try to find something else, and they roll that one into the corner. Here comes Ben out of the side. Reedy Orange is right there. Mango looking for Ben on the cherry pick. Goes over the top of their car. Croptopolis is right there. Rolls in front of the net. Nyrox, the one to try to make the clear. And I think Croptopolis, we're really seeing a Steel team from game 1 and 2 that we did not see at all in game 3.
Yeah, they look pretty good. I don't know if you're saying that they look better than normal or if they look a little bit lower than normal. I think that they look a little bit worse than the first couple of games we've seen. They have done really well in speed, but not in consistency in this game. I think that we could see them pick up their play a little bit, but you just sounded so happy about it that it sounded like you were trying to say they're playing so much better. And maybe this is our first disagreement, our first fight. How cute.
Hey, you know what? If you're winning 1-0 and you just got done losing 1-0, I consider that a massive accomplishment. You know, especially with the way, you know, that we saw the Penne Patrol able to come back in game number 1, with the way we saw them, you know, yes, it was only a 1-0 game, but it was still a pretty dominant win with the way that they played it. I mean, they were very safe and secure in everything that they did. And for the Steel to just find that one little hole in the armor, I think shows that they're already starting to make those adjustments again. They've got half the game left to play to tie this series up at 1 apiece, and so far they've been in a pretty good position to do it. On offense again, dropping it down, it's off the crossbar, and then off the post for Mango, and that, Croc, I think, is where, you know, what your analysis was kind of shines. You gotta find the net when you get those opportunities.
Let's be honest, though. That was a spike a veteran player would have been happy to hit. Really good shot opportunity from Mikey there. Sure, you can say he's got to hit the net, but in the challenger tier, that's a really solid opportunity. Can't be too upset with yourself by missing that one by that much. But now, someone has overcommitted from the third man. Reedy takes advantage. We said, you know, when Reedy sees his opportunity, he's going to take it. It looks like Mikey goes a little bit far away, and Mango's trying to get back on the near side. No one really knows who's going for the ball there. Leads to an easy goal for the Penne Patrol. You definitely do not want to give a team as strong as them free and easy goals.
No, and that's a really solid read as well. Like you said, just picking your spots and realizing when that opportunity is going to come available to you. If you see nobody back defensively and you can throw that one to the top corner like Reedy just did, yeah, you just do it. don't even bother. If you see a double tap opportunity, a rebound off the backboard like Mikey does right here, you make sure you hit those as well. It's Ben with the assist. It's Mikey with the shot, and Ben on the harassment of Kroptopoulos in the net gives the Steel the lead yet again.
Yeah, Ben's doing a really good job of picking his time to go for those bumps and demos, really clearing out the net when there's an opportune shot, and it just happens to be that Mikey was shooting on both of them. But you do got to be careful, because when they start working, those bumps and demos, you start chasing them a little bit more, and you pull yourself a little bit more out of position for each one. You got to make sure you can reel yourself back in. It hasn't happened yet, so only praise to the Steel players here for their bumps and demos, but they do have to make sure that doesn't get out of hand.
Yeah, you got to make sure you don't throw yourself out of a play when you don't really have any reason to do it. Kroptopoulos is going to throw one to the left-hand side here with a minute left to go here in this game. Ben with the challenge, with the 50. Looking to beat Nyrox. It'll pop there to Mango, who's going to get it through to midfield. Nyrox with a bump on Mikey. It's not going to be quite enough. Then he'll just try to steal it away. Gonna have to throw something here defensively in front of Nyrox. Guy gonna clear, going the other direction. Finally they do. It's all to Mikey to pass this one to Ben at midfield.
Reedy taking control of it now, passes it off the wall to Nyrox. Nyrox double tap opportunity, and that one's gonna find its way to the back of the net. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. What a freaking shot from Nyrox here. Gets himself way up in the air, beats a player clean, and Mikey is left glued to the ground. Can't read the double. 2-2, 32 remains.
Yeah, Nyrox got a little case of the spinnies here and is able to find that double tap off the backboard, and again, putting the team on their back. How many more times can we highlight it here? For Nyrox, just doing everything that they have to do in order to make this tier work out. Here comes Mike with the 50 at midfield. It's Nyrox one-on-one with Ben, who will initially win this touch, but will go to Kroptopoulos, throwing it off the backboard. Mango is there trying to beat all of the defenders, going the other direction. The pass to midfield, Mikey the shot, the goal with 3 seconds, and a lead for Steel.
Mikey finds his third goal of the game with just 3 seconds remaining, and it is a crucial one. Will Nyrox and the Penne Patrol able to tie it up? Well, we're not really in a good fake kickoff situation. I think they're going to just try and lose it to the left here. They do, but they actually missed the kickoff. Kroptopoulos now has plenty of boost. See if he can do it. Doesn't get the ball by Mikey. Knocks it down. Nyrox not in a position to keep it up. Steel take this one 3-2.
All right, Croc, we are 4 games into this series. We are evened up at 2 apiece. Now, the question I have for you is, do we need to change our predictions a little bit? Do we see the Penne Patrol realistically winning these next 2 games and keeping that 4-2 alive? Or maybe did we come into this matchup and underestimate Steel a bit?
I don't think that we have underestimated Steel, or at least I don't feel like I have. I feel like I knew Steel was going to be a good team, and they are a good team, but I do feel like we have underestimated or overestimated Penne Patrol a little bit. I think we underestimated the effect that roster change had on them. These guys are playing well, but some of the mistakes can be, rooted back down to chemistry. Just a guy that's in the wrong spot by a couple inches or a couple feet here and there. Open holes that just lead to easy goals. I do think that they are going to shore up and win this series. Maybe it's not a 4-2, maybe it's a 4-3, but I'm not going to change my prediction. I'm going to hold true to the 4-2.
You know, I hate to be that guy, but I'm kind of in the opposite boat now. You know, I said coming into this one, I wanted to make things spicy and maybe, go opposite on the deaths because I thought maybe we had underestimated Steel. I think your analysis is right, though. It's not that we underestimated Steel. It's that we overestimated what Penne Patrol was going to be able to do. They have struggled mightily with the Steel squad, who has consistently put on pressure at the right place at the right time. The offense has been there. The only time that the Penne Patrol has found anything resembling success is when they have been the ones to control the pace of the game, and that has been few and far between. Most of the control has gone to the Steel. They can dictate the pace, and a lot of times, and it's not just Rocket League, it's not just this team, when you are in any sport and you can dictate the pace of what's happening in the game, a lot of times you're going to end up winning. That's what we're seeing from the Steel right now.
Yeah, and I think that's entirely right, and I think that also lends to the Penne Patrol kind of slipping into the team being called the Nyrox Patrol a little bit. I think they're leaning really heavily on Nyrox to kind of carry them and drag them along. But these are two other really good players. Croptopolis, Reedy, I've played with them both, kind of know how they play, and their stats show that they're good players. They just need to step up and take control as well. This isn't the Nyrox show. It's the finals of the Challenger tier, and it's a full team effort, and it's going to require that to beat a team as good as the Steel.
Well, Reedy Orange is going to settle things down here, trying to slow the play a little bit again to try to get that pace dictation back in the hand of the Penne Patrol. As Nyrox throws one off the backboard, here comes Croptopolis to do the same exact thing, dropping down a little bit of miscommunication from the Steel in their net. Not going to get punished for it at this level of play as the ball comes straight down off the backboard in front of the net for Mikey G Fuel, who cannot make the read, but luckily Mango was there on the wing waiting, puts one into the net and gets the steal. A narrow 1-0 lead.
A narrow 1-0 lead it is, but a lead nonetheless. Really good play from the Steel here. And you saw a little bit of frustration come out of, I think, both Nyrox and Croptopolis at the end there. Both did not try to rotate back at the end, kind of gave up on that play. And sure, it was a pretty easy play to score, and you're going to assume the opponents are going to score. But if you start giving up on plays before they're in, it's going to happen on plays that you had an opportunity to get back to. And that's when you know you've really thrown the series.
Into the corner. 3 minutes to go here in game number 5 of this series. Again, it is a best of 7 here, challenger tier of RSC. Great shot on target here from Mango. We still have the elite finals to go as well, so make sure you stick around for that. For more action from myself, my name is Trippin Croctopus on the other side. I'm getting used to saying the names of people that are on the actual stream. Tuxedo Marks producing in the background, making everything look nice and pretty for you folks at home. Halftime in this game, Croctopus. A 1-0 lead for the Steel yet again, trying to hang on.
Yeah, and I think they deserve a little bit more. The Steel have looked really good this game, really solid, not a lot of mistakes. The midfield lockdown has been pretty good. Not many opportunities like that Nyrox just had. And if they're not going to get a lot of opportunities, they need to capitalize like this one. Good pass, good shot from Croptopolis. But Mikey, the hero savior on the goal line, keeps it 1-0. I thought they were going to make me eat my words there for a second and tie the game up, but it holds at 1-0. 150 remains.
I don't know what view you had of the game for your casting reel, as that one is saved by Mango because it was on target from coast to coast. I saw Ben backflip, and I'm like, well, that's a goal. That's going to be an easy one. And Mango bails that one out. Speaking of people being bailed out, it's Mikey coming in to score the goal. Mango's got control in the corner, beats Reedy. It goes over the top of Crop, who can't make the read. Mikey throws that one home. It has an MVP performance on the line as well.
For sure, and Reedy just got caught a little bit there in no man's land. Those are the mistakes you really cannot be making. The Steel's going to take advantage of them every time. They're a quick team, they're a good team, and it looks like my prediction could be going down the drain. I don't see Penne Patrol being able to come back and win this game without kind of a weird 50 pinch own goal type situation that gives them a free easy goal and then battling one back. We'll see.
Well, speaking of weird things that have happened, that first game that the Penne Patrol won was because of an own goal. That's one of their 2 victories so far in this series. They put a shot on target here. Does Croptopolis, but it's a pretty routine save here for Mikey. It's Reedy who's going to put one on target. This one will go, however. A great read there for Reedy to just be in front of the play. Nyrox hitting a very positive 50 as well. There's just not a whole lot you can do about that when the Rocket League gods decide it is not your time to play defense.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I saw his car turn to aim that shot to the inside, and I thought that was going to be a save. The Steel have been really good on the goal line. They've been saving a lot of those shots, but able to sneak it by the defender. Opts to go not for the far post shot, and it works out for him this time. But they've still got one to battle back. 40 seconds remaining here. We got Mango trying to keep the pressure alive for the Steel. Reedy now out to the right for Croptopolis. Croptopolis gets the dunk over the head of Mikey. Ben now passes it back up to Mikey, recovering from that bump. Now Reedy's not going to be able to get a great touch. Makes one though. Mango with the shot. Going to be a lot high and slow one, and it's going to be off target. Nyrox takes it the other way. 20 remaining. Will the Penne Patrol be able to bring it back in regulation?
It's going to be awfully difficult for them to make that happen, especially with the net open like this. And here's Mikey. A shot on target over the top of the defense. A 2-goal lead with 12 seconds left. And I haven't gotten a chance to mention this yet, Croctopus. I feel like we are on this higher plane where we can just predict when a goal is going to be scored, because that seems to be the only time either of us manages to stop talking.
Yeah, it really is. We're like, all right, time to take a break. And the game, it's just punishing us for taking care of our throats and ourselves, you know? Like, wait, hold on. No, we need you guys back. Get hype again. But it's made for some really fun Rocket League to watch. Penne Patrol is going to fall here in game. This is game 5, right? I haven't lost count. Yeah,
yes,
game 5.
You're right on it, bud.
So 3-2 here for the steal. My prediction officially out the window. And Penne Patrol did not look great. They do not look like a team that wants to win this championship, at least in that game. The game before, they still looked like they wanted to win. This one, they started giving up. They were playing a little slow. Their shots they didn't have any pep or spark on them. They got 6 shots on net. I think 3 of them were scary at all. Whereas you got the Steal, who has 13 shots on net. You probably got 9 or 10 of them that are really scary. And even with Ben coming in with a sub 100-point game, I noticed that we weren't saying his name as much, but he was doing really well in the midfield. You know, probably sitting around 20-ish touches, roughly about 5 points a touch there, depending on how many touches he got. But a lot of those are just 2-point touches that mean so much more when it stops all of that counterattack pressure. When you got someone like Nyrox coming in with speed through the midfield, someone like Reedy Orange with an over 40% shooting percentage, shooting from deep down low in the zone over the heads of these defenders. So a really good game from Ben as well. I don't think the scoreboard did him justice, but Penne Patrol's really got to step it up if they want to win. Steal, looking like the better team right now. Could take it in 4-2. Could be an opposite prediction.
You know, what's fun about the scoreboard is sometimes it tells the entire story, sometimes it doesn't tell any of the story whatsoever. Getting outshot 13-6, that certainly says you probably lost this game. Getting outshot 13-6 and one person on the other team has 86 points, somehow you think, oh, well, it's just because they have hard carries. But like you said, Croc, Ben playing an excellent game, getting a great 50 right here in front of the net. That one does not go. But as an interesting point, you know, we've tried to make a couple of these during the broadcast. Ben is on the match point right now where they could possibly win 3 different championships for 3 different franchises in 3 different tiers in a row. We haven't seen a three-peat like this for quite some time in RSC, and Ben about ready to clutch up in the playoffs yet again.
The potential of some of the players that come through RSC are just amazing, and you have to look no further than what's right in front of your face right now to see a great example of that. Ben just making himself his own Cinderella story in the league. A lot of people know who he is. He's going to go places with this game if he wants to keep taking it to the next step. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him up in Master or Premier pretty soon.
Nyrox will clear it, looking for Reedy Orange. Doesn't have the speed to keep up with it. Turned the other way. Kroptopoulos gets in front of the ball. Ben with the doink off the backboard. Mikey coming in to make that collection. Very important, especially when you're trying to break out of your own half, to make sure those team touches are there. Awkward touch by Nyrox in front of the net, not punished initially. Dunked there by Mango as it comes up off the ceiling. Mango off the backboard. Can't make the read themselves. Kroptopoulos will be there. The offense was not going the other way with 3:20 left here in game 6.
Ball comes down, tried to clear away by Kroptopoulos. Going to be a little bit of a softie. Nyrox not able to beat Mango there. Kroptopoulos now with the free approach, double tap opportunity. Mango good clear on the backboard. One thing that these Challies have done very well this season that they have not done well probably, I'd say, in the past 3 or 4 seasons. Ever since I've really been casting Chally and watching a lot of Chally, they don't usually cover the backboard very well. The backboard has been so tough to use in this series. Has it been used? Absolutely. Have there been a couple of own goals in the series? Also absolutely. But either way, they're doing a pretty good job of keeping those to a minimum for the most part and keeping the backboard clear.
A bit of an awkward doink going into the net. Well, it doesn't matter whether you've got someone on the backboard or not. Not really going to make any sort of difference when the ball is just soaring into the net as it did right there. A 1-0 lead for the Steel, who again are on match point in this best of 7 matchup. The Death picked the Penne Patrol. I believe that the chat picked the Penne Patrol. as well. So this, I think, Croc, we're kind of in that upset potential opportunity land where we could see Penne Patrol kind of fall. But again, it was a 1 seed versus a 4 seed sort of matchup early on in this season. We saw it from chat from other players that are in this tier. They said this Steel team is very solid. Maybe it's not as much of an upset as we think based on the stats, but right now Steel looking to collect that championship. Great save here from Croptopolis.
I think based off of everybody's thoughts, it is definitely upset underdog potential stuff, but it's not, it's not like the after-school special family feel-good movie where the guy is a zero to hero type thing. The Steel has been good all season long. They deserve to be here. It's no surprise that they're here, and it's honestly no surprise that they're putting up a really good fight. A little bit of a surprise that they're winning according to the chat numbers and our predictions, but they're playing a hell of a game.
It's Ben throwing this one down in front of the net. It is a shot on target, but Reedy Orange just parked in front of the net. No problem. Making that save. Here's Mikey. Trying to hold on to that offense. Mango's got plenty of time here in the corner. Bails off, goes back post. G Fuel. Mikey coming in, taking over, getting a dunk. It'll bounce up high here. Mango's going to throw it off backboard. Mikey looking for the read. Croptopolis ends up putting this one in front of their own net. A big dunk here from Mikey. Here comes Mango. A great save in front of the net by Nyrox, but the possession still kept from the Steel. Ben with yet another dunk in front of the net, and Nyrox is going to get just enough of a clear. Here comes more offensive pressure from the Steel, and this is the thing, Croc, that I have seen them do best. Absolutely locking down that offensive pressure when they have the opportunity. Finally, a breakout here for the Penne Patrol, but it's still not enough.
The pressure has been unrelenting, and I think it's a little bit late to strategize against it, but I wonder if Penne Patrol comes out on top in this game, if they start trying to absorb that pressure a little bit more and then break out once they overcommit. Because they do get really good counterattacks, especially with Nyrox's speed through midfield. But right now, they just need to focus on the here and now. Almost 10 seconds remaining, and they are down by 1. Nyrox down, looking for a teammate. Teammate's not close enough. Ben clears it down. 5 seconds remaining. Croptopolis off the back wall, passes it to Mango, the opposite teammate. Mikey now comes in, 50, and the ball is going to be in the air. 0 seconds remain. The fat lady hasn't started singing yet, but here she comes. Another win by Steel.
Unbelievable here, Croctopus, is that somehow the Steel have managed to pull this one out. Now, they had a 1-0 kind of game go on. They had some awkward things go against them as well. They had that own goal that gave a victory to the Penne Patrol. And really, Croc, we just flipped this one backwards.
Yeah.
We see the Steel coming in with the 4 victories. We see Penne Patrol only with 2. Again, one of them being that overtime own goal victory. Ben throwing down another massive 86-point performance. I think the thing we really got to talk about, if we're going to talk about any stats from this game, it's got to be Mikey going 0 for 8. Unbelievable that the Penne Patrol were able to keep him out of the net the entire game.
Yeah, and you can see it on the Penne Patrol stats, too. 7 saves. It's not like these were shots that were just credited and they were hitting the post and going out. They had to be saved. Penne Patrol did a good job on the goal line, but not in the midfield where they got caught on a ball side rotation. Reedy sends it into his own net, and that is how it ends. Little sad, maybe a tear or two coming down the franchise members of the Italian battalion, but unfortunately, that is how it is going to end. Steel proving that they have been able to meddle their way into the playoffs with a very solid team. Ben now going 5 for 5, combining his championships between 3s and 2s. Mikey doing really well most games. 0 for 8 this game, but I don't think it was bad shots. I think it was just good saves from Penne Patrol. Really outstanding player on the field, but my MVP vote has to absolutely go to Mango. Mango was just everywhere he needed to be. And it was more of, is Mikey going to play up to Mango this game, or is it going to be the Mango show, right? On the Penne Patrol, it was all Nyrox all the time. Croptopolis and Reedy definitely did what they needed to do. But it just felt like if Nyrox wasn't popping off, Penne Patrol wasn't popping off. And a little bit on the side of the Steel as well for Mango, but Mikey did have a couple of times where I think he played up to that level. But my final vote goes to Mango.
Well, ultimately, chat, it is up to you to determine who the Challenger Finals MVP is going to be. Make sure you hop on into the chat right this very second and get your votes in for who the Challenger Finals MVP was. Croc's pick coming into this going to be Mango. I got to admit, Croc, I know the chat is disagreeing with me. I'm with Mango as well. I really do feel like, yes, Mikey did put up a whole lot of amazing numbers in those games, but I think that it truly was Mango who was setting up Mikey for all those different plays. Mikey wasn't going to get the numbers that they got without a player like Mango on the squad. And to me, when I see the words most valuable player, that's where I find value, is who is the person who is helping out their team the most. I think that it was Mango. Chat clearly disagrees, but that's fine. Again, it is up to you to pick the Challenger Finals MVP. You got a little bit of time left to do it, so make sure you hop on in there and get that taken care of. We also see a massive redistribution of channel points as 41,932 points were bet on the Penne Patrol that are being redistributed to all the people who thought that the Steel would end up winning that series, which is exactly what they did. Probably could have been a 4-1 series. We saw a 4-2.